Hello, welcome to UGC NET online pre-coaching. Today I'll discuss June 2006 question number 31 to 40. Already I have discussed June 2006 question number 1 to 30 in last 3 parts. Today I'll discuss fourth part of this video lecture series. Today it's very important because almost all questions related to finite automata and compiler design. I hope you will enjoy this part. We'll see question number 31. Which statement is wrong? There are 3 statements are given. In check it which one is wrong. Okay. First one is if linked origin, translated origin, relocation must be performed by the linker. Means linked origin related to linker, translated origin, relocation must be performed by the linker. Means what? Linker performs relocation. This meaning I hope it's true because linker links and relocate and loader loads actually. Second one, if load linked origin, the loader must perform a relocation. Means what? After linker links, then loader loads relocated memory location. That is so both are right. Next one, a linker always perform a relocation, whereas some loaders do not. Obviously loaders will not means link it. Actually linker takes care of relocation. So obviously all according to me all 3 options are right. So option D is none of these the right answer. Okay, already some of you replied whatever I have discussed. Based on my point of view, it may be wrong. If it is anything, if you feel it is wrong, just reply in my mail ID and with the reason why it is right, why it is wrong. Okay, I hope question number 31 is clear. We will move for question number 32. The task done in parsing are. What is the parsing work of parsing? First one is check the validity of the source string, determine the syntactic structure of the source string, both A and B, none of these. So check the validity of the source string and determine the syntactic structure of the source string. So before looking these options, we will go for what is parsing. First we try to understand what is parsing. Parsing or syntactic analysis is both are same. Is the process of analyzing a string of symbols either in natural language or computer language. Means what? Parsing is the process of analyzing, means finding, reading the tokens, actually strings. Parsing is the process of analyzing text made by the sequence of tokens. Tokens, it may be contain, I think you know what is C token, variable, identifier, means constant, strings, it will reads. To determine its grammatical structure with respect to the given formal language. Parsing is also known as syntactic analysis, or parsing is used for analyzing the text. The task of the parsing is essential to determine if and how the input can be derived from the start symbol of the grammar. Means what? Parsing is the reads grammatical check of all programming languages. That is the main objective. The input of input is a valid input with respect to the given formal grammar if it can be derived from start symbol of the grammar. Means what? Parsing is derives start symbol and check it, is it belongs to this particular language or not. This is the aim of parsing. So the goal of parsing is to determine the syntactic validity of the source string. If the string is valid, a tree is built for use of subsequent phase of compiler. Means what? If you who are studied in context free grammar or context free language, in that we will create a tree. If it is true, it builds a tree. That is actually parsing. Now check out the question. Task done by parsing is check the validity of the source string. Obviously it is true. Then determine syntactic structure of the source string. Both are same. So option is C. I hope it's very important question. I hope it's clear. If you have any query, just drop out mail. Yak builds a dash parsing table. What is Yak? Then will is it LALR parsing, or LR, or SLR, LALR parser? So we'll check it first. What is Yak? Yak is a computer program for the Unix operating system. The name is an acronym for yet another compiler. Yak means what? Yet another compiler. It is a LALR parsing generator. Means what? It generates LALR parser generator. It left recursive parser. Means generating a parser, the part of the compiler that tries to make syntactic sense of the source code, especially a LALR parser based on an analytic grammar written in the notation similar to BNF, basic code normal form. Means what? It checks based on analytical grammar like a BNF grammar. So Yak builds up a parsing table using LALR. Yak provides a general tool of describing the input to the computer program. The Yak user specifies the structure of his input together with code to be invoked. As each such structure is recognized, Yak returns such a specification into a subroutine that handles the input process. Frequently, it is convenient, appropriate to have most of the flow of control of the user application handled by the subroutine. The output from Yak is LALR parsing for the input programming language. Means what? If you give any input for a Yak processor, it uses LALR parsing technique. Already in last question I have discussed what is parsing and what is the use of parsing. So Yak builds up LALR parsing table. Okay, so option is A. Look at question number 34. The action of passing the source program into the proper syntactic class is known as syntactic analysis, lexical analysis, interpretation analysis, uniform symbol generation. While looking at the question, I hope you will select directly A, syntactic analysis, but it is wrong. That's why be careful while answering. Lexical analysis is the extraction of individual words and lexemes from an input stream of the symbols and passing corresponding token back to the parser. If you consider statement in the programming language, we need to be able to recognize the small syntactic units like a tokens. Tokens, you know, in C tokens, 6 C tokens, keyword, identifier, and string, operator, special symbols. These are the tokens of C. And similarly, all languages has its own tokens. Usually, these 6 basic tokens of all programming languages. And pass this information to the parser, we need to also store the various attributes in the symbol and literal tables for the later use. Example, if we have an variable, the tokenizer would generate the token variable and then associate the name of the variable with it in the symbol table. In this case, the variable name is lexema. Means what? It tokenizer separates it, stores in a different tables. Okay. The other role of the lexical analyzer includes the removal of white spaces and comments and handling compiler directories. So this is one of the role. The action of passing the source program into the proper syntactic class is known as lexical analysis, not a syntax analysis. So be careful while answering this type of questions. But I'll suggest you please read Dasarath Ramaiah for understanding of finite automata and compiler design. Definitely in every year you will get nearly 10 questions for only this subject. So it's very important. You should read once again. Lynch, Peter Lynch is the best book for finite automata or theory of computation. But you can read Dasarath Ramaiah also. It's a nice book. Okay. So option is P. Now look at question number 35. The dynamic binding occurs during. I hope this one already I explained in June 2005. Dynamic binding is a computer program mechanism in which method being called upon an object or the function being called with arguments is looked up by the name at runtime. A dynamic programming overall, it binds in a runtime. Static binding binds in a compile time. Keep in mind this one. One more type, dynamic binding is a binding performed after the execution of the program has just begun, while static binding is a binding performed before the execution of the program. Means what? Static binding binds at the compile time, dynamic binding binds at the runtime. This is 2 to 3 times asked. I hope it's a very simple question. Option B, dynamic binding binds at runtime. Now look at question number 36. The first operating system of microprocessor is Atlas, CP/M, SAIS and THE. All four are operating systems, but which is the first operating system? Okay, we'll look at one by one. First, Atlas. Atlas is a computer was joint developed, between the University of Manchester. This is the developed in the University of Manchester. Also, it is installed first time in University of Manchester. It is officially commenced in 1962. Was the world first supercomputer. This is considered as the first world supercomputer, considered to be the most powerful computer in that in the world at that time. Means what? In around 1962, this is the most powerful and supercomputer considered in 1962. Okay, this is Atlas, but it is not an first operating system. It is the first supercomputer. Okay, keep in mind. Okay, next one. CP/M is the Microsoft first operating system. MS-DOS and MS-DOS and MI-DOS was designed along many of the PDP-11 features, but the microprocessor based on system MS-DOS, PC-DOS and supplied by the IBM was based originally on CP/M 80. Each of these machines had a small boot program in the ROM which loads OS itself from the disk. This is the Microsoft first operating system of microprocessor, CP/M. First operating system of microprocessor is CP/M. This is the answer. But look at another two. Says is an operating system designed for real-time supervisory control applications to handle real-time. The Says kernel runs on a Motorola 68020 processor based board and provides a variety of services. This is also one of the operating system, but it is used for real-time supervisory control application. Next one, THE is an operating system software that manages computer hardware and software resources and provides common services for computer programs. The operating system is an component of the system software in a computer system. Okay, this is one of the operating system. I hope all are clear. Now for 36 question, the first operating system of microprocessor is CP/M. Option is B. Don't select Atlas. It is the first supercomputer. Okay. Next we will look at question number 37. In processor management, round robin method essentially uses the primitive version of, is it first in last out or first in first out or shortest job first or longest time first? Look at one by one. What is, first of all, what is primitive scheduling? The running task is interpreted for some time and resumed later when the priority task has finished its execution. This is called primitive scheduling. Means what? Running task is interpreted for some time and resumes later. Means what? It is works, it will stop and allocate to for execution another process, then it will stop some time and allocate to next one. This will work for round robin way. But what is non-primitive scheduling? Is the running task is executed till completion. It cannot be interpreted. Once it is allocated, once it starts execution, it will not move for next process. Up to completion it will run. That's why it is non-primitive scheduling. So the round robin is one of the simplest scheduling algorithm for the process in an operating system. The name of the algorithm comes from the round robin principle, known from other fields, where each person takes an equal share of something in a turn. So option is B is the right answer, because first in first out. It is works on the basis of round robin scheduling in a primitive version. Now look at question number 38. A page fault. What is page fault? Is an error in specific ways, or is an access to the page not currently in the main memory, occurs when page program access a page of a memory is reference to the page which belongs to another program. This is page fault means what? I hope while looking at you will suddenly select is an error in the specific page. It's not page. Don't think fault means what? It is there is an error. Okay. I think you will think in that corner. That's why it is the option is A, but it is not page fault. We'll look at in detail. A page fault is a trap to the software raised by the hardware when a program accesses page that is mapped in the virtual address space but not loaded in a physical memory. Means what? Whatever accessed page, it is virtually it is ready to run, but it is not there in physical memory. Means what? Is a page fault is an access of the page not currently in the main memory. Means what? Virtually it is ready to execute once it is called, but physically it is not exist. That is page fault. So page fault is a type of interrupt called trap raised by the computer hardware when a running program access memory page that is mapped into a virtual address space but not actually loaded in the main memory. That's why it is page fault. Is option is B. Okay, page fault is an access to the page not currently in the main memory. Okay, now look at question number 39. Dash synchronize critical resources to prevent a deadlock. Is it P operator or V operator or semaphores or hard disk? Okay, but if you know the it's a basic question only in operating system. If you know what is semaphore, you can explain easily. What is semaphore? Semaphore is an synchronization tool that provides an general purpose solution to the control access to the critical sections. Means what? Semaphore is to synchronize the critical resource to prevent the deadlock. Actually P and V are the types of semaphores. Actually P and V semaphores represented by integers in place of binary or unsigned integers. So for this question, semaphore is a synchronization tool that provides a general purpose solution to controlling access to the critical section. So semaphore, I think you got a question 39 is option is C. Semaphore synchronize critical resources to prevent a deadlock. Okay, I hope it's clear. If you like, just like, press like button and share it, comment. If you have any queries, I'll try to solve it. Okay, please inform your friends also. Look at question number 40. The memory location scheme subjected to external fragmentation is segmentation or swapping or demand paging or multiple continuous fixed portions. But before answering this question, you should know what is fragmentation, what is internal fragmentation, what is external fragmentation. Look at when memory allocation allocated to the process is slightly larger than the requested memory. Means what? Allocated memory is larger than requested memory. Space at the end of the portion is unused, that will waste definitely. This waste memory, this wasted space within a portion is called internal fragmentation. For example, you want only 5 MB of memory to load your program, but computer allocates 10 or 8 MB of memory. Means what? 3 MB of memory unused. That wasted space within a portion is called internal fragmentation. When enough total memory space exists to satisfy a request, but it is not continuous. Means what? There is small holes. For example, 1 to 10 one program is allocated, and 12 to 20 is another program is allocated. Now 11th memory space is wasted. That is whole. Actually, this waste space not allocated to any portion is called external fragmentation. I hope it's clear now. Okay, what is external fragmentation, what is internal fragmentation. Now come to the segmentation. Okay, why it is segmentation? If you know this question, you can answer easily. Segmentation, direct question. The memory allocation schema subjected to external fragmentation is called segmentation, actually, if you know. But before that, you should know what is fragmentation, what is internal fragmentation, what is external fragmentation, what is segmentation. Segmentation is a technique for non-continuous storage allocation, that's why it is external. Segmentation is a memory management technique in which memory is divided into variable sized chunks, means small chunks, which can be allocated to the process. Segmentation exhibits external fragmentation, just as whole program swapping, since segments are smaller than programs. Several segments make up the program. The external fragmentation is not as bad. Means what? This external fragmentation is for segmentation. So answer is A. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please subscribe and share, inform your friends. Thank you.